If they do that, they're going to be, the Cougars will be very, 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 very tough to beat.
Wilson! Oh! And we are tied!
Let's go!
Call them five slamma jamma.
And I don't ever let them forget where we come from.
Getting those phones out. Report me acting ignorant.
Down, Dean Connors. Found some daylight. Found the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Seventh heaven for Houston. The Cougars advance to their seventh Final Four.
Go Coogs! Let's go! It's so good! The dream remains alive for the Houston Cougars!
Welcome into another edition of Let's Rage Coogs, presented by the Saxenian Family. Big shout out to tonight's sponsors of this edition of LRC, and Steve Saxenian, and our secondary sponsor, Instar Pizza Houston. Let's get into this game. The final score: Houston once again on the losing end. They fall 69-56 to the 14th ranked Kansas Jayhawks. Now in the midst of a 3-game losing streak, the first time that Houston has lost 3 in a row since the 2016-17 season. So it's been damn near to a decade since they've lost 3 years in a row, three games in a row, I should say. And tonight was not pretty. They got off to a positive start. They were doing a much better job crashing the boards, being aggressive, getting second, third chance opportunities.
Going off turnovers.
Yeah, they forced Kansas to commit 7 first-half turnovers. And they looked a lot more like the Houston teams that we're accustomed to. And then it all fell apart right before halftime. Kansas ended the first half on an 11-0 run. Once again, which kind of played Houston these past 3 games part of the losing streak. They went ice cold for extended stretches of the game. And when it came to tonight against the Jayhawks, they went on 2 different 11-0 runs that really just changed momentum and put the game out of reach for Houston. I mentioned the 11-0 run before halftime. They did it again. The Kansas Jayhawks did in the second half, and Houston was flat out getting blown out at portions of this game. And they have some soul searching to do. We'll have extended days off when it comes to games. Won't see the court again until Saturday when they play Colorado for an 11 a.m. tip-off from the Fertitta Center. But boy, today was very, very ugly in Kansas.
Trail about 20, as much as 20, 61-41. But you touched on it. Let me get it a little specific. I didn't want to have to say this, but it's a fact now. First time since January 2017, Houston has lost 3 in a row, and back then it was 7-point loss at UCF, followed by an overtime 3-point loss to Memphis, and then got waxed by 21 at SMU. January 2017, January 14th, January 19th, and January 21. The last time Houston Cougars men's basketball lost 3 straight. But when you don't have a low post game, and you're a jump shooting team, and your jump shots aren't falling, you are gonna look bad, and that's what happened tonight. But
or when you don't have guards who can score off the dribble, you got guards who haven't developed anything outside of just catching and shooting, like consistency. And so, like Milos, if he want to be a pro, he got to be better. He haven't looking NBA like to be able to score off the bounce. And it ain't more than just catching and shooting, because guards got the ball in their hands 90% of the time. At what point can you beat somebody off the dribble? And so a lot of that is into play too. Emmanuel, he's been the same player since he arrived. No consistency in beating people off the dribble. At times this year, he's attacked people off closeouts, gotten to the free throw line and scored here and there. But against top level teams, we got to see it consistently. And so I think it's just on the guards.
It's on everybody, staff included. I was glad to see Mercy get some more minutes than Isaiah Hartwell. And he
about time. What it take to see him? Like, come
on. And he didn't get taken out after a mistake. So that's a plus going forward.
Got 5 rebounds. He had 9 points, 5 rebounds in 17 minutes of action.
Chase had 7 rebounds. So we're finding things. But here is an issue. I mean, a lot of players got to take blame for this. Let's just get into some details. Emmanuel Sharp 1 for 10 overall from the floor, including 1 for 6 from three. They were 5 for 24 from three. When you rely on 3-point shooting like this year's team does, 5 for 24, that's horrible. You're not going to win.
Or you rely on guard play. They rely on
Kris
guards.
was 4 for 13, got 2 of his jumpers blocked. He had a couple of mid-range shots, didn't fall. Had one look in the paint where he tried to bounce pass to, who was it, JoJo or whoever, and got was a turnover. Sacco. That was a bad idea.
Well, Sacco wasn't ready for it. He should have just gone up. Even though he shot 13 times, especially early in the first half, I felt like Sanak was way too passive. Like he had a couple of open shots he didn't take.
Yeah, he had one in the first half. He was wide open, and like an afterthought, he dribbled, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm open," and he tried to get to the paint. Then so that was an issue. Mr. Big Texco has a comment here that has been discussed last few days regarding veteran leadership. But all these things are coming out because of the 3-game losing streak. But I was going to say regarding the low post offense or lack thereof, the only low post offense or the only option that Coach Sampson will throw the ball down low to is JoJo Tugler. Well, when JoJo
that's a poor decision. That's a poor. But good God.
But when he only plays 7 minutes in the first half, there is no low post offense. But JoJo,
he is not a low post scorer.
But
he's probably the worst low post scorer in Sampson's era.
But he at least throws the ball down to him sometimes.
Why?
Sometimes he does good things better than anybody else.
It's like a wild card. There's a 1 in 5 chance.
Exactly. That's my point.
1 out of 10 chances.
It's a wild card.
JoJo, man, he should do that early in the season like he did against them exhibition-like games. But JoJo is like,
but he didn't play in the exhibition games. But the problem is his passing has gone down the toilet. His decision-making has gone down the toilet. This is 2 games in a row. He's made a god-awful pass. What was that bounce pass to basically Trey Wright? That's what that was. That was a pass. Here, Trey, you want it? What was that? That was horrible decision-making.
Man, why is it even the bad decision-making is throwing it down to JoJo? That's the bad decision-making.
That wasn't to him in the block. That was out.
I'm talking about period. He should never touch the ball on the block to go one-on-one. Never. He's not a low post scorer. That's the bad decision. That's where we go wrong right there. Why are we throwing the ball to him? Why? He should be screening, rebounding, tipping, and that's it. He's not low post. Nothing.
I agree.
I'm sorry.
I agree. But Coach Sampson, he continues to try to go to hell. He did it with Breon Brady.
Man,
did he not?
Breon way better than JoJo.
But the issue is he went to Breon one time to start the game. Right? Man, that was it, right?
He way better than JoJo.
He always did. He would go to Breon. He would go to Fabian White. He would go to Josh Carlton.
That's whole other post play. That's
no, I agree.
But look, hold on. But look, I'm glad you said Fabian White. Was Fabian White a back to the basket low post player? No.
Not really.
No, he wasn't. But he threw it to him all the time, right? All the time.
Right.
Coach Sampson got favoritism to, I don't know what it is. I don't know what to call it. But man, I rest my case.
But everyone, I'm old school. Okay? I want the ball to go down low. I believe in getting that, but you got to have somebody who can do something with it. And they don't.
They do.
Who?
Chris Sanak. What are you talking about?
Come on,
he ain't had enough chances, Chris. I disagree with you wholeheartedly.
Dayon, he faced up twice.
I'm talking about
got a shot block twice.
I ain't talking about this game. I'm talking about overall in the season right now. Now you can talk about this game, but I'm talking about in totality of the season. He has not had enough touches. We just talked about Fabian. He needs the whole offense that Fabian had. He's better than Fabian. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He's better than Fabian.
Okay.
Right now, he's better than Fabian.
No.
Right now.
No.
Every point in Fabian's career, he's better than Fabian. What?
No.
Man, you crazy. He's
No.
better than Fabian.
No.
Mid-range, everything, he's better than Fabian White. Why do you think he's going to be projected to be a top 15 pick? Even if he come back higher than that. Because he's
Potential. That's
better. No, not
potential. He
potential,
hasn't
because
done it.
skill.
He hasn't done it.
He hasn't had the chance. The one time he had the
Dayon,
chance was
go
the
ahead.
Auburn game.
Dayon, he had a chance. He got
Yeah.
pushed out to the 3-point line and tried to back down KU. He couldn't do it. He's not ready for that yet.
Ready for what?
What you're talking about?
Catching in the mid-post?
Okay, now, so which is it? Low post or mid post? You said he's better than Fabian in low post. He's not.
No, Andy, what did I just say? Did I say low post?
Yes.
To post in general.
Right, because where did Fabian catch it? I just said it a second ago. Was it low post? Was he a back? No. So what?
Fabian would catch mid post and he'd square up. And
that's what I just said. That he's better than Fabian at that. But Fabian got way more touches, way more looks, opportunities to do that. Kris hasn't had that. That's what I'm saying. And if he has,
and what did Fabian do his freshman year?
He's better than Fabian at every point of his career.
You are comparing Kris Gardner as a freshman to Fabian as a freshman. Ain't the same thing.
Man,
not the same thing.
Saying if Fabian as a senior, junior, whatever point you want to call it.
Okay, I don't never remember saying Donovan Smith should have been a Cougs quarterback. Ain't no way in hell I thought that. No way.
I will say in this game though, I felt they were trying to make more of a point of emphasis to get the ball to Kris Gardner. Give credit to Kansas. They did a really, really good job. Who was the player that blocked them back to back? Was it?
Well, Bryson Tiller, another freshman big man.
So credit to him.
Floyd did it as well. Bryson did it as well.
But they did make it more of a point of emphasis to try to get him the ball, and I still felt like he was a little bit passive. I think ultimately what came down to why the score turned so lopsided, I think as a team, Houston was just really, really, really just passive, timid. They
take too long to get started.
Chris, I was exactly about to pull up this comment. JG, too many times they're in a low second shot clock with no plan, and I mean
too many grenades.
A lot of times on top of that, it's just, the ball doesn't get inside the 3-point line. They're just passing, they're dribbling, handoff, passing. They don't get inside the 3-point line, and then 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Pass it off.
Too many grenades. Yes, too many grenades.
And that's just not a recipe for success. Although you mentioned Chase McCarty. I like Chase. You know what? Chase McCarty played good today. I thought he came in there, was fighting, was hustling, was battling all the things. Now, he only had 2 points, but he had 7 rebounds, defended well. I felt that Sacco did good. It was interesting, by the way. Sacco came in 4 minutes into the game. And this time it wasn't because Tugler was in foul trouble. I just think Sacco.
That's when he comes in, really.
More minutes.
Yeah.
And Tugler had 24 minutes. Sacco had 12.
They both scored 4.
I think Sacco's impact so far is, I feel like Houston plays better defensively or just in stretches when Sacco's on the floor now. I think it's like Sacco that I don't know if he can play extended minutes, but just right now, where is that?
Let's be real. He's doing better. JoJo continues to regress. We need to pull up his stats from the last 8 games. They're awful. Awful. But this team hit the wall playing 3 teams better than them.
And these guys just mentioned it.
Arizona, Iowa State, Kansas. Well, Kansas. Kansas got thumped Saturday because of a low post man. Low post option. Cougs don't have that. We touched on that Saturday. Mustafa Thiam. Cougs don't have anybody like that. None.
There's a comment by
And Kingston Fleming struggled to make shots. He had a few pull-ups early. He missed them. He's the only option consistently who can get in the paint.
The only one that can really consistently beat someone off the dribble.
That's it.
There it is, Andy.
He's
beat someone off the dribble. People are talking about senior leadership. It ain't got nothing to do with no leadership. Upper class production. Produce. You ain't producing. Especially Milo's. You ain't producing. Especially him. You got to be able to get down here and get off the dribble and finish. Like, bro, come on. Like, bro.
But that is the key right now. Players that Coach Sampson trusts upperclassmen, Emmanuel, Milos, JoJo, have not delivered, especially these last 3 games. No question. JoJo's
Manuel got
going
in
back
foul
further than
trouble
last
again
3. He
early.
hasn't played well for a while. Offensively, for sure. For sure. He's not a low post threat at all, but bad now. He's not doing anything well on offense at all. Get a putback dunk. Get something around the rim, JoJo. But his passing, he's getting balls, throwing them away, throwing them out of bounds. I mean, he's hurting the team offensively.
Man, he did. Man, same thing last year when he should have had JVR in there with J1. But this neither here nor there, bro.
But tonight, I'm choosing to believe that Mercy played 17 minutes. Isaiah played 5. I hope that continues. Again, coach kept Mercy on the floor even after a turnover, something like that. Usually that'd be one and done. He'd be gone. Mercy, come on, sit down. That's it. I hope that continues. But this team needs their upperclassmen to get it done. Kingston Flemings has to shoot better, more efficient. And honestly, I want Kingston to take over the team.
He looked like he was doing it in the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game.
But I also want this team to play faster.
Which they did the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game.
Defensively, get after, do some traps, aggressiveness, try to get some steals, force some steals, speed up the tempo. They have enough guys. If you go 10 deep, utilize the 10 deep by playing faster, forcing turnovers, get after these guys defensively. That's a better way than relying on a crappy half-court offense and too many grenades. And by grenade, I mean a shot with 3, 2, 1 on the shot clock.
Kris, to your point about upperclassman Emmanuel Sharp, third game, again, where he's in foul trouble. Picked up his 3rd foul early in the second half.
He continues to take himself out of games with fouls. And this year's team, against good teams, they cannot afford that. So Kingston against Utah, 2 for 9. K-State, 2 for 13. Iowa State, 9 for 15. Arizona, 6 for 17. Tonight, I think he was 6 for 18. This team is a guard-heavy team, guard-reliant team. So when their guards, their wings, whatever you want to call them, aren't knocking down shots, they're going to struggle, especially against good teams. And that's what's happened these 3 games.
I think what's also concerning these 3 games, I think Kansas, Arizona, Iowa State, they've been more aggressive than Houston, which is not something that in years past was common. And now you have 3 different teams do it on back-to-back nights. And now the schedule lets up what they have Colorado.
Hold on, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but I love this comment right here. Good, my goodness. Oh man. Sorry, go ahead, Andy.
No,
But let's get into specifics. Like
yeah.
what? What would you want to see? Dan, as a coach, what do you want to see in the sets?
Some form of different sets. Different.
No. I mean, seriously. What do you think would help this team?
Different sets. I'm not sure. Just some different form of offensive sets.
I would say
JG, what would you want to see? You stated a comment. What do you want to see?
One of the things that they do frequently, they got the bigger. It's usually JoJo Tugler go up top. They pass it to him, and then they'll
DHO
either screen away or fake like they're going to screen away and come.
I want that.
DHO. Which is what they do a lot. I think the problem is sometimes they do it too much. They just keep doing the same thing over and over again, and then before you know it, they have 5 seconds left on the clock. And something they've done in years past, and they haven't done as much this year, is have the bigs set screens for each other, and then off one of the screens, toss it down low. We haven't really seen a lot of screens from JoJo or whoever the big is, Chris and Ak.
High-low action.
Yeah, you haven't really seen as much as you have in years past, which is something that, especially since they're struggling at times when they go on those extended droughts, to honestly just make it easier for the guards and not to have them initiate everything. Because there was a comment they were talking about Kingston Flemings and how he seems tired. And yeah, he's asked to do a lot. He's being asked to do a lot at a high level, and I think just in general, you're starting to see it. It's no coincidence. The last few games, his shooting has gone down. It's just wear and tear. And I know he was asked last Thursday how many games he's played most in a season. He talked about he's played 30 plus games before in high school. But that's very, very different in terms of the level of the intensity, especially now that they've gotten in conference play, what Houston is asking him to do versus what maybe he's done in years past at a different level in high school. So there's no coincidence that he's kind of started to trend down just in terms of everything that's been asked of him. It's just wear and tear. I mean, it's human nature.
And that's fine. He'll get a chance to, rest, whatever. And I agree with this. I thought about this after Saturday's game. I want to see some more cutting, some more backdoor cuts, some more guys in the dunker spot. Different. Just move with a purpose. Stop standing around on the perimeter and just pounding the air to the ball.
That's part of the problem too, because a lot of times when they run their set with the big up top and they're doing a lot of DHOs or fake DHO, you usually have on the weak side most often than not, it's Chris and Ak who's just standing in the corner.
And I hate that. I want him in the middle of the floor. I want him to be the hub of the offense. That's what I want. I don't want him. I thought that too. Triangle offense. Thought that as well. I mean, you put Kris at the free throw line, extended area. He could face up, knock down that shot. He could kick it out, flare it out to his guards on the wings, better looks. Stop having him just waste his talent standing in the corners. This offense is too pedestrian against good teams, especially teams who've seen this offense before.
Past 3 teams.
They're used to this.
Yep.
But Fran said it. Folks have said it as well. When they did get good looks, they passed them up. They hesitated to shoot. And that's one thing that's kind of different, I guess, really with the mentality of this year's team. Previous teams, LJ excluded, because he was a very excellent shooter. But many previous Houston teams would shoot it because they knew it'd get the offensive rebound.
Yeah.
So sometimes the best offense, take a shot, crash the board, and get a putback. This year's team, especially lately, holding on to the ball. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. What is that?
I also don't think they're good enough, or at least they haven't shown to be as good as rebounding team as those teams used to be 3-4 years ago.
You as well. That's one of the flaws for this year's team.
So if they take a lot of early shots, I don't think they'd be able to crash the boards like those previous teams.
But it might do better than what we've seen these last 3 games.
Yeah. Although, shoot, they looked the part early. Like first 10 minutes, they were crashing the glass. They were getting their hands on balls, even if they couldn't secure the rebound. That bought Houston a couple of extra possessions. And then it just fell apart.
Trey White outscored Emmanuel, Milos. Hell, he almost doubled them up, 23-12. He went to the line 8 times. The Coogs went to the line 9 times.
It's aggressive.
That's another issue when you don't have a low post game or we don't have guys who can beat the man off the dribble, get to the paint, draw fouls.
Darren Peterson had 2 fouls in the first half, and they never really attacked him once he came back because Bill Self put him. He played in the game with 5 minutes left in the first half. 2 fouls.
But, I mean, I had a commenter on my Facebook page said this is the worst top 15 team in history of basketball.
Jeez.
All right. Exaggerate much? I mean, come on, man. Oh, man.
You do got to put in perspective. I mean, these aren't like bad. These aren't scrub teams they've lost to. These are three really good teams, but they've also exposed Houston a lot the past week.
Agreed. And Coach Sampson said about these three games, if they could go on 3. I did not believe they would. I thought they'd go 2-1. Then I thought they'd go get at least one of them. I did not think they'd lose all 3 of them. But this goes back to show that loss at Iowa State last week, up 10, and just fell apart.
I think it's a little bit of a snowball effect.
Just fell apart. But yeah, we are talking about the coaches. I mean, we're discussing offensive sets, things we want to see the Cougs do differently. I don't want to see Chris and Knack just stand in the corner. He's a good passer.
Put him in the mid post. He's a post player, not
He's a
low
good
post.
passer.
This is the difference between low post. Post is post, whether it's mid or low. He's a mid post player who can be very, very, very effective if you use him.
Like I said, put him at the free throw line, be the hub of the offense. Let him
Not
face
even
up.
not in free throw line or in the mid post on either side, left or right,
let him
where he
face
used to
up,
put Fabian at.
whatever. That
Where
middle
he put
area.
Fabian at.
Let him go to work. Utilize his skills.
He's a good playmaker too. He can
He can be a playmaker. He's a better playmaker option than JoJo is. Clearly. And clearly, I don't know what it is. JoJo has regressed. In fact, let me see. Give me a second here.
You know what, Chris? I wouldn't say he regressed because he's just been the same player.
I think even defensively,
he just hasn't
defensively he's
progressed.
regressed. I was surprised Fran had him on his all-league team. I'm like, for defense, based on
I wouldn't say he regressed defensively because he still getting hell of an unbelievable block shot. I wouldn't say that. I can't agree
no,
with that.
but I feel like it's on ball. Like last year, if they switched and he was having to guard a shifty guard, I think he could hold his own. That was today. I don't remember who he was guarding, but that was a moment where he was stumbling over his feet, like he was damn near about to fall trying to defend one of the Kansas players, and Kansas scored over him. He just he seems off. Like I don't know how you describe it. He just seems
defensively. He's not playing enough minutes to have an impact. And
he's not rebounding either. Like there's just. There's not one area where he's consistently impacting the game, and he's just that really hurts Houston the most because you see the comments we keep talking about. Last year they had Jawan Roberts, and you know what Jawan Roberts was going to give you. He was at minimum going to give you 12 rebounds, and he was going to give you not 12 rebounds, 12 points, and he was at minimum going to give you 7 or 8 rebounds. And now you turn around this year and you don't know if JoJo Tugler is going to be on the floor enough, and he's giving you 3 rebounds and 4 points. That's not good enough.
And what didn't Fran say? JoJo's had at least 4 fouls. How many times this year? Was it 9 or 11, something like that? Something just
I can look it up right now. Real quick.
Way too much.
He's averaging. They showed it during the game. He's averaging 6 points and 3 rebounds over the last 9 games.
Yeah.
Which is from your starting big man. That's not good enough.
Not enough. And he get his points from offensive rebounding. If he was a better offensive rebounder, that would help Houston rebounding wise.
Chris, what did you ask? Fouls. He's had 4 more.
How many? Yeah, at least 4.
2, 3, 4, 5, 11 games.
That's what I thought Fran said. I think he said 11. Yeah.
11 games. He's had 4 or more.
Out of what? 28.
Yep. They're 23 and 5 now. So 28.
That's almost a little bit away from half. That's horrible.
Let's pause for a second. First and foremost, let's thank everybody that's taking the time out of their Monday night to join us on this edition of Let's Rage Coogs. talking everything about Houston's 69-56 loss to the Kansas Jayhawks from Allen Fieldhouse. Bill Self is now 41-0 on
41.
Monday night games at Allen Fieldhouse. This is Let's Rage Coogs, the original Houston postgame show. After each and every single men's basketball and football game, we talk about whether they win or lose, whether they're on a winning streak or on a losing streak. We're going to be right here after the game to be talking about U of H's game. Big thank you to Steve Saxenian for being the primary sponsor of this edition of Let's Rage Coogs, and big thank you to our secondary sponsor on tonight's show in Star Pizza, Houston, Texas, with multiple locations throughout the Houston area. Star Pizza is your go-to stop before or after the game. Check them out online, starpizza.net, Star Pizza HOU on X, and Star Pizza Houston, Texas on Instagram. Yep, Gregory, you're exactly right. They're not attacking the rim as a priority. Too much settling. Yeah, Crabtree, E-Man, 4 for 21 the last two games is extremely surprising. They're doing good defense on him, but he's on a really bad shooting slump. We need him to come back.
But he really doesn't. He's not taking good shots either to get himself out of the slump as well.
He's settling for, even down the stretch going back to Arizona, he's just he's taking some really tough shots and 3-4 feet behind the 3-point line with a hand in his face. So it can be hard to break out of a slump if that's your best shot that you're getting up.
But the offense, the coaches need to do a better job with the play calling. They have to. Fran said a few times during the game how, these three games are exposing Houston's weaknesses, which is a good thing. All right, but now make adjustments. The time is now. Make the adjustments. And I do hope Mercy is one of those adjustments. Get more minutes, give him 20 minutes a game.
Scuba, to answer your question, only 4 conference games where he's had 4 or more. He's had a lot of conference games where he's had 3 or more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And Coach Sampson, about Milos. Milos is not an elite athlete. He said that. He's acknowledged it during press conferences. But Milos, he has to do a job with his handle. When he does get his man on his hip, got to keep him there. And then do a better job. His floater's not even falling this year at a high clip.
Honestly, I don't think he's even shot it as much.
So that's an issue. And he only took 7 shots.
Which is, again, it's interesting because I felt like he was aggressive to start in the first half. And then it just completely was a non-factor in the second half. Milos Uzan 3 for 5 in the first half, 7 points. Second half, 0 for 2. He only took 2, and they were both threes.
Yeah. And probably both step backs.
As a senior player, as a player that was in his name in the draft, it was up in the air whether he was going to come back or not. And you got to be better than that. You have to be better than that.
Well, he came back because no team gave him guaranteed money.
And
because of his weaknesses.
Just being real, only taking 2 shots and not being aggressive in a game where there's a difference if you're, 0 for 8. Even Emmanuel, right? He went 1 for 10. But to go 0 for 2, and it's not foul.
When the team was struggling offensively, he only took 2 shots in the second half.
Trying to, right? Not to compare, but think of some of the not to compare, but you have to compare. When you think of some of the leaders in the past, Jamal Shead is not going to settle for just 2 shots. Marcus Sasser is not going to settle for 2 shots.
And we said it, we touched on it Saturday. This team needs postseason Milos from last year. Not Final Four Milos. Postseason. Big 12 tournament in the first 4 games of the NCAA tournament. That's what this team needs. That Milos was probably as close to being an NBA draft pick Milos. Second round, but that Milos. Have not seen that models enough so far this season. So third place right now. Andy and I discussed it. I mean, this team could finish fifth and play on the first day. Well, not first day, on Wednesday. But the offense, the struggles this team has to get good looks, easy shots in the half court against good teams. They got to figure it out. And that is the coaches. They had to figure it out. Brother, it's midnight.
Yes,
In the
sir.
East.
Let's welcome in Fluff. Fluff, how you doing on this? It is now Tuesday morning over on the East Coast. How you doing, Fluff?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Just had to put the little one down. I had that on my mind. I was coming.
Go ahead, brother. Express yourself on what you saw.
Man, I see a team, man. Just it seems like right now at the end of the season, it seems like we're searching for an identity right now, and we should know what that is. I think the lack of us depending on our defense is hindering us offensively, and of course, our ability to win games. We of course everybody knows we lost 3 games in a row, but I, you know, I think that we really have to soul search and ask, especially the seniors and the older guys, Tugler, Sharp, Ooze, how bad do we want it? You know what I mean? Like, how bad do we want it? How hard we gonna play? How smart we gonna play down the stretch right here? There's no giving up. It's no, we're not number 39 in the country now. You know what I mean? We still got a shot to do some amazing things, but we have to get. I seen the offense a little more movement um tonight, but we're not playing with that pop. We're not playing with that tenacity. We're not playing with that Houston Cougar pride, and I think that's what we have to change as soon as possible.
What suggestions do you have for the offense? What would you like to see differently?
For the
Scheme,
offense,
sets, whatever.
for me personally, is everything's not a hero play. We need to start making more simple plays, simple swings, simple shots, meaning like we're not holding our follow through. We're kind of, when the shot clock is going down, it's more style than production. You know what I mean? Like, we need to really lock in on, dumping the ball off to the bigs, seeing what they got in there. It's like either the guard scores at the end of the shot clock or we don't get anything. And we have to change that narrative.
Would you like to see Chris Sinak in the mid post area be a hub?
Mid post and dunker and short corner. Yes. I would love that. I would love that. I would love that. He's he's crying out. He loves the school and loves the program so much. It's not like he's trying to perform or performing for the NBA. It's seeming like he's performing on how much he loves the university, and we need to piggyback on that with him and his usage rate.
Because look, to that point, you ask him to rebound, he rebound like a mug. You ask him to crash the offensive glass, he start crashing the offensive glass. Now to Fluff's point, like, feed the man in the areas where he can succeed. Like, give the
Also, I
man a
want to say
chance.
this, Chris, Andy, they are my brothers. Is Mercy Miller is showing more and more that he's supposed to be out there.
Yeah.
Should have been out there.
And
Gotta
and
keep.
and when I say that we're trying to find out who we are at the end of the season right now, we're still trying to kind of figure out the rotation. Even a guy like McCarty, I'm not saying he's the most talented but he cares.
Yeah,
Like,
today you could tell when he was out there on the court, like just the way he was going out there, rebounding, playing hard on defense. Like there's just an extra sense of urgency that he brought to the table when he was out there on the floor.
and that's what we need. Even at the end of the half, Ooze picks up his dribble. I love my little brothers. I wish I could spend some time with them, but we can't pick our dribble up in the lane time after time. We're
Agreed.
picking our dribble up in the lane. If it's not there, we got to be able to bounce out of there, keep our handle, call for a swing it. Like, we're not getting a lot of swing shots or swing drives. It's either one on one to go up. Like, sometimes it's a swing. Somebody drives the basketball. Kansas, if you watch Peterson, he got a lot of baskets on a swing, on just a rip and go. So we have to work on that.
And are you putting that to the coaches to make these improvements? Oh,
He dropped his phone.
that's a
That's
sign of the
funny.
offense.
Hey, that's symbolic for how tonight went. That's how
That's
the
a
game
sign of the
went.
offense
That's
right
how
there.
tonight went. That's how tonight is going. You know, I can't put it all on the coaches.
Really?
I can't put it all on the coaches. Some of it is on the coaches for sure. But I think we're getting a little stuck in our ways. And we're rolling with that. That's on the coaches. But when I'm in the lane and I'm willing and dealing and I'm not being physical with the ball, that's on me as a player and what I got right here on the left side. When a guy's ripping and going to the basket, I'm the help, and I just watch him dunk it or I watch him laying up instead of taking that hard foul sometime with the crowd going boo. And I'm like, and I'm raising my hand like, yo, that was me.
Yeah, I did
That's
that.
on the player.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you're in a dog fight, you got to take one or so. You know what I mean? Like, it's just certain little parts of the game where you got to step up and be like, nah, we ain't going out like that.
Mm-hmm. That toughness.
That toughness, that the T word, tenacity.
And how about what Andy said a few minutes ago? Milos only took 2 shots in the second half.
See, I didn't want to. Well, of course, I always want to get into it, but you know that's another example. That's another example because Milo's was what 4 for 5 in the first half.
Three
Three
for
for five.
five. He had 7 points.
He had 7 points, 3 for 5, but one would say that he got it rolling in the first half. That's unacceptable. That means I end what 3 for 7, Andy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what he ended with. Yep.
That's on the player. That's what I mean, Chris. Like that right there. That's on the player. I'm in the game, man. If I'm in the game, I got a shot to do whatever I want to do. What's Mercy's numbers?
Three for
Tonight,
eight. 3 for 8. He had 9 points.
5 boards too,
5 rebounds and 17 minutes of action.
That tells a lot,
and got two free throws too.
Yeah.
Milos didn't get to the free throw line.
What's Sharp tonight?
1 for 10. 1 for 10.
Well,
I will say Milos Uzan, right? 28 minutes, 7 points, 3 of 7 shooting from the field. Went 1 for 4 from 3-point line, 0 rebounds. Mercy Miller, 17 minutes, 9 points, 3 for 8 from the field. Also went 1 for 4 from the 3-point line. Chris, like you mentioned, 5 rebounds. Only 1 turnover tonight for Mercy.
And that didn't get him pulled either.
Yeah. A longer leash today. Isaiah Harwell, only 5 minutes.
And that's probably 3 too many.
He get in, he blow that layup too.
You said 3 too many, Chris.
Yeah. When he missed that layup, he should have been done for the game right there.
or what the air ball at the end of the shot clock. That wasn't all the way his fault.
No, that's
No,
another
But
that was
grenade.
Milo.
That's a
That was
Milo.
Milo's
Milo's,
fault.
you know,
we got to just go to the drawing board, man. We got to.
but I like what you said. Coach needs to sit down with Emmanuel, Milos, and JoJo and challenge them. What y'all want to be the rest of this season?
What y'all want to do?
Yeah, that's it. It's on
We
y'all.
need to. Yeah, it's on y'all. It's on the seniors. What we gonna do? We're gonna go as far as y'all take us, not statistically and leadership wise.
Yeah,
These young guys gonna roll. Even Kingston, as talented as he is, those is big brothers.
yeah,
If he's struggling or playing good, he want to know that is it okay for him to play good? Is him struggling? Are y'all still with me? He looking at the seniors,
yeah,
man, more than he looking at the coaches. So our seniors got to step up and really take over what we're gonna do down this stretch right here. And
yeah,
Coach
yeah,
Sampson got to tell him, this is it, man. These games right here are gonna be the last time you wear a University of Houston jersey. What we gonna do? How you want to be remembered?
yeah. Trust me, we're not reacting at all.
Nah.
This team has to get better. Has to find itself, look in the mirror, and accept the challenge of being a Houston Cougar and being a culture. What that means to be a Houston Cougar, and that's the bottom line. And we're saying all that again: 23-5, 11-4 in the Big 12, third place. Lost tiebreaker with Kansas, lost tiebreaker with Iowa State. Um, need some help. They should win these last three games to finish 14-4.
Baylor, Oklahoma State, and Colorado. That's the
Think
last
about
three
that.
left.
Okay, finish 14-4
Yeah.
and disappointing.
Right.
14-4 and it's disappointing.
You know what's so crazy, Chris? I'm not even really saying I'm disappointed.
Yeah,
I'm
I
Well,
just,
wouldn't be
I'm talking about everybody
disappointed in
else.
that.
I'm
Okay.
not I'm not saying
Yeah.
disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm more uh aggravated of these last three games.
Yes, for
Right.
sure.
Right.
I won't really say like, yo, I'm disappointed on what we're doing in conference or what we're doing for the season. I'm more like, yo, these last three games, what the hell are y'all doing?
Yeah,
It's more like that.
exactly. Yeah. And it started with the
Yeah.
Iowa State game. Up 10, 7 minutes ago, and get our score 17-4. And that right there, all of us have, I think, said that at some point this season. We saw it early on. This year's team is not elite defensively like previous Cougs teams. But we believe the offense could be better. Well, when the offense is struggling right now, the non-elite defense is even more glaring because a 17-4 run, and you said 11-0 run twice tonight.
Yep. They had one right before the first half and another
If you
one in the
played elite
second half,
defense, that wouldn't be a problem.
which is how Houston's won games in the past. Even
Right.
if they
Previous
do go
Cougs,
on offensive
Cougs
stretches.
have won games shooting under 30% because the other team did not score. This team hasn't done that. Can't do that. I'm not sure this team can do that. But they still have a chance to win games, and they still have a chance to win 6 in a row.
Yeah.
Fluff, what are your thoughts on JoJo? Again,
Tugler.
yes, sir.
I don't know if we're gonna still talk about him getting a late start to the season as far as his conditioning and where he was at when the season started, but didn't improve offensively as much as I wanted him to from last year. It's pretty much the same. Defensively is trying hard, but not as effective as he was last year. Um, and just it just hasn't been, not saying productive, but as productive more as we thought he would be.
Impactful.
Impact.
Impactful.
That's what I
That's
was
the
thinking, brother.
word,
That's
D.
what I was going to say too. Impactful. Yep.
That's the word, Dion. And he hasn't been impactful. He hasn't been that Roberts. You know, this is my last year, man. Y'all, come on. You know, so
But yeah, Kansas.
we either put up or shut up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
At one point, second half, Kansas was 10 for 13 on the floor. 10 for 13. Trey White ate up Houston. It wasn't Darren
from
Peterson.
Dallas, Texas.
It wasn't Darren Peterson. It
Dallas,
was Trey
Texas,
White.
man.
What year is that kid?
Man, this is his third school, if I'm not mistaken.
But,
Yeah,
we'll be back Saturday. Was 11
He's
o'clock
a
start, I
senior,
think, right?
Fluff.
Yeah.
Saturday is 11 a.m. 11 a.m. start time.
he a senior.
Senior who played at Illinois last year.
USC in Louisville. Yep. Oh, his fourth school. Yep.
Played for USC as a freshman.
Dang.
Um,
They got it made nowadays, man.
Yeah.
Back then, when you get one transfer, that thing don't work that time, or it's time for you to get a job.
and played for Louisville
Yeah.
as a sophomore.
So we
20.
Yeah.
went Illinois, no USC,
He went US.
Illinois, Louisville.
USC,
He
Louisville,
went
Illinois.
USC, Louisville, Illinois,
Illinois.
and now Kansas. So he's he racked up those frequent flyer miles.
Was he good at those other spots?
Let me see his averages.
We sure made him look like he can
I
play
mean,
ball
yeah,
tonight.
he played 20 plus minutes in each stop. Averaged 9 points as a freshman at USC. He had 9 points and 5 rebounds. Then he averaged 12 points and 6 rebounds at Louisville. Last year, only 10 points and 5 rebounds at Illinois. And this year, he's averaging 13 points, almost 14 points, and almost 7 rebounds this year. So this year, he's taking a jump a little bit.
But he scored 9 points above his average tonight against Houston.
Yep. Got 23 points.
And Isaiah need to take a page out of El Marco book, in a sense of being a McDonald All-American and fizzling out to being a role player. El Marco Jackson was a McDonald All-American
Mm-hmm.
from Kansas.
Yep.
And now, he's off the bench. He's still a good player, but he's a role player. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
Shoot. Even
we got some
Quentin,
things to think about for next year too.
even Quentin Grimes as a sophomore when he first came here to Houston.
Mm-hmm.
When Quentin came, say that again.
Quentin
Quentin's
Grimes'
first
first year
year
at Houston.
here in Houston was not great. Then he put it
He
to
was
work.
sophomore though, right?
Transferred from Kansas.
He transferred from Kansas as a freshman.
Got booed out of Kansas.
Yeah, I remember that.
And was McDonald's All-American too, right?
Yep.
Garvey Lewis Award winner as well.
I don't even know why the Houston kids play around now that we are, so up there, so competitive every year. If you're from Houston and you're a top kid and it makes sense, just go. And if and it's a good situation for you initially. I mean, maybe Houston wasn't recruiting him in the beginning. I don't know. Chris, were they recruit him in the beginning?
I think so. I think so. But they weren't Kansas at that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, brother, glad you joined us.
Yeah.
Are we
Yeah,
gonna be seeing
definitely.
you soon, brother?
Yes. Yes, I will see you soon. I will see y'all soon. Very soon. At the Fertitta.
Yeah, yeah. Crabtree is, keeping it uh optimistic, but also realistic. Did not expect this team to go 0-3 these last 3 games, but this season is not over. Guys have to get better. Look within, play better, and get it done offensively. The coaches have to figure things out offensively as well. Give Mercy more minutes. Give Chase more minutes.
Yeah, because guys have to feel like they could come out if they BSing.
Yeah.
Soccer more minutes.
Give Saka. And I think
Taco more
need to have an
minutes.
eight man rotation. Sacco, Chase, and Mercy. I think that's what
And
go with that.
and not even just that, man. Like the beauty of the game is that it's always a new one coming during the season.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like we're still in the season.
Right.
So, we gotta just lock in, erase these 3 games. Forget the history on it too. Sometimes history could get a little overrated and underrated. You know what I mean? Okay, first time we lost 3 games in a row since 2017. Okay. That don't mean
Whoop-de-doo.
we have a chance to make bigger history, like cutting the damn nets down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so history goes this way and that way all the time.
That was some comments that Joseph Duarte of the Houston Chronicle tweeted out, but Calvin kind of echoed the same words you just said, Fluff. Um, he says, everything we want to accomplish this year is still in front of us. What he said post game, per Joseph Duarte of the Chronicle.
That's right, coach.
Yeah.
We still rolling with you, Goat Samps.
Yeah. No,
We
no
gotta just
worries
do
with
what we
that at
gotta
all. Yeah.
do. And we love y'all.
There are some
And we
frustrated
love
fans.
y'all. And we gonna be right here, still cheering, still supporting, doing what we gotta do as far as our role. But man, we just crying for us to play a little harder,
Still
play a little
critiquing.
smarter. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
We call it like it is on this show.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I played there.
Yeah.
At a high
Hey,
level.
At a high level.
hey, no, it's what, D? I want to say this. It ain't even I appreciate that, but it ain't even that. Like, it's guys that didn't play at a high level like me and still watch the game with that same passion and loving of that jersey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just really respecting how far we have come. See, sometimes when you don't know how far you've come, you don't really know where we're trying to go.
Oh, no question.
Sometimes you got to go back and see how far that the University of Houston has came from to know how far we are excited about going. So, that's when I say I played there, I'm saying that in the sense of like, yo, I was there in the dark times when we ain't, know what support we was going to get night in, night out.
And the
Now we're
lighting was dim.
prestigious.
Really dimly
Yeah,
lit
bro.
off
Like,
Lions Pavilion.
so it's like to see it all lit up all the time. We like, come on. You know what I mean? So, when I say I played there, it's literally like warm. I'm thinking layup line, running down the tunnel, being on the team, film, practice, crying, laughing like that. As far as and thinking as alumni, and I want to highlight them guys. I want to really highlight them guys for real, like on a real note, and let them know, how much like this is it, and that's gonna be perfect. To let this is it.
Yep.
And it's gonna be heartfelt. Of you don't get these times back. That's what I want the seniors to. That's what I want Tugler, Uzan, and Sharp to understand. You gonna miss it too, man. I'm 41 years old. The camaraderie of playing college basketball. The older you get, the more if you watch the 30 for 30 special, I hit Chris mid special, right, Chris?
Yep.
Like, yo, man, this is powerful, man. Because you don't forget your brothers, and what are they talking about? How they didn't get it done? Not saying that that's the end all be all, but you gotta just know that you gave it all you had. If you have if you have any thoughts, like maybe I didn't give it all I had. You know what I mean? That's what I just don't want for my little brothers at the University of Houston for this stretch, this 6 to 7 game, 5 to 6 game stretch. I want them to know lay it all on the line. Lay it all on the line.
And I love the recency bias of some of the viewers. Played poorly against Tech, beat Tech once, split with Tech. Led Iowa State by 10 last Monday, and then did not finish the game strong. But yeah, okay. you know, okay. Thank you for viewing the show. Thank you for participating in the discussion on Let's Rage Cougs. 23-5. 11
We
and
should
23
have
and
we
5.
should have just ignored that, Chris. I ain't gonna
so
lie to you.
you know, I mean, it's just thank you for joining the conversation. But I'm looking forward to seeing what they do Saturday. I see the comment from Crabtree. Ran out of steam. Played Saturday. Travel and played Monday. So what was it? Monday, Saturday, Monday,
Yep.
and then close out the regular season with Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday. I think that's right.
Yeah.
'Cause Wednesday,
Oklahoma State is Saturday, next Saturday, right?
right?
Not
So
this
this Saturday,
Saturday, but
Colorado, then Wednesday, Baylor, and the next Saturday, Oklahoma State.
yes.
And they fly to Kansas City.
And then it very well could finish 14-4, and we'll see what that ends up with in the standings. Because I do see Iowa State losing to Arizona. Like I think Kansas will lose to Arizona on Saturday. So that's a fifth loss, right?
Mm-hmm.
For both of them. Well, there you go, right there.
So we'll see. Once again, the final score from Kansas. The 5th-ranked Houston Cougars fall to the 14th-ranked Kansas Jayhawks, 69-56. For Houston, it was Kingston Flemings who led the way in scoring, 16 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Chris Sinak and Mercy Miller tied as the second leading scorers. They had 9 points each. Sinak had 7 rebounds. Mercy Miller had 5 rebounds. Chase McCarty finished with 7 rebounds in 21 minutes of action for Houston. Like Chris said, they turned the page. That's an 11 a.m. Central Time tip-off when Houston hosts Colorado this Saturday at the Fertitta Center. They're going to be looking to snap this 3-game losing skid that they have. For Kansas, it was Trey White who led them, scoring 23 points, 6 of 9 shooting from the field. Chris, like you mentioned earlier, got to the free throw line 8 times, hit all 8 free throws. Aaron Peterson had 14 points, 4 rebounds in this game. And as we wrap things up, final thoughts. There was a comment, and Fluff, I want to get your thoughts. What you see from Darren Peterson tonight from the Kansas side?
I thought he had some real pro-ish moments and some real pro-ish moves that he made tonight. I like the hesitation, floater, and a flotation device in the lane. Hit some big jumpers. Like I tell you what, he's listening. So his camp is listening to what makes sense now. I don't think he'll be sitting. no first halves and after the first half anymore. But definitely a pro, and I like what I saw from him. You know, I think he's a great player.
Is he Kobe?
No, I like the way you asked it though, Chris. Ask it one more time, just because they forgot they didn't get it. Ask it one more time.
Is he Kobe?
Absolutely not. Steph, he is not Kobe. Stop it. If anybody is Kobe, is AJ DeBanch.
Yes.
We need to stop it right now. I, Listen, that's the guy right there
I
as
agree.
far as, next level. But no, Darren Peterson is not Kobe. I see some Dwayne Wade in him, maybe. I could see that.
Okay.
But Kobe, man. Cause if it's Kobe, you're talking about Kobe, and I said this before on here. We're talking about Kobe with the wristband on the tricep,
Yeah.
with the fro that ain't combed.
Yeah.
That Kobe? No, no. Uh with the yellow Adidas. No way. Nah, not that Kobe. But he's a great player. He's a great player, and he looks like he's going to have a promising career in the three-letter league. But nah, not Kobe.
Chris, any final thoughts on this game and just where can people find you, sir?
Oh, thank you everybody for participating in the discussion. This is what Let's Rage Coogs is for. Let fans vent their frustration or their disappointment or their give up. Well, you give up, we're not giving up. We'll be here Saturday. We'll be here next Wednesday. We'll be here next Saturday and throughout the tournament. That's what we're doing. We are Let's Rage Coogs is the original post-game show for Houston basketball and football. So join us this Saturday after the win over Colorado. We'll discuss it and share our, thoughts on it, what we like, didn't like. But as always, since 1994, the Houston Round Ball Review, local name, global perspective.
I just want to say shouts to the university, the prestigious University of Houston. We win together, we lose together. Very hopeful for the rest of the season. Shouts to the coaching staff, the players. Let's just get better down the stretch. You can catch me at Rob McKiver and Elm City Elite on Instagram. And just striving to be great every day. And really looking forward to this playoff push for the conference tournament and NCAA tournament.
Man, win, lose, or draw, it's go Cougs. I'm excited to see how we respond to some adversity. And I think we respond well. I think we look in the mirror as a staff, as a leadership, seniors, and I think we respond well. We come out fighting to the culture that we are, and I'm ready to be a part of it. And so I'm excited, man. We ain't giving up at all. We just responding, just giving our 2 cents on what we saw and what we've seen throughout the season. And no way how we hitting the panic button whatsoever. We're looking forward to the rest of the season, and we'll see you guys after the next game. So, as always, go Cougs.